Hi, this is Rosie from Nonna Stitching Lounge. This is part 3 of my comparison between Hobium yarns and ice yarns. Stay tuned to hear my final summary. Hi everyone, this is Rosie, and this is part 3 of my review of Hobium and ice yarns. And in part 1 I talked about my research and how I went about choosing the yarns, and in part 2 I actually unboxed all the yarns, and in part 3, which is this one, I'm going to talk to you about the prices. Now I've put the prices around me. You probably can't see them from the camera. It looks like the sheets are whited out a bit. But I'm going to go through them. So I'm going to talk first of all about the yarns that were exact matches. So they were this exact same yarn, exact same yardage, and we're going to talk about the price. So the first one is the acrylic variegated yarn. So this is the Cartupo and the ice, I think it's called Max, oh, I don't have it down. But these ones, they were the exact same, just in different colors, and I purchased an extra one so that we would have the exact same yardage. For these ones, ice yarns, for the total order was $9.04 cheaper US than Hobium. Okay, so the next one was the acrylic, no, those weren't exact. The other one that would be exact is the worsted weight ones right here. The worsted weight were the exact same yardage, and the ice yarns was cheaper by $12 for 8 of each. So again, ice yarns was cheaper. Now I'll tell you right ahead of time that ice yarns was actually cheaper in every single category. The other one, the cashmere silk, for the exact same yardage, ice yarns was cheaper by $1.70. Now, I didn't actually buy the same yardage because these came in packages and they were very expensive, so I didn't get another one of the black, only because I didn't want to have to get another 4, which was pretty expensive. I think the 4 of the cashmere silk was $18. Yeah, so but I did calculate it as if I did get the exact same, and ice yarns was still $1.70 cheaper on those. The mercerized cotton over here, ice yarns was cheaper by $1.10 US, and there were only 4 fewer yards, so it was only a difference of 4 yards. Ice yarns have 4 fewer yards, so very little difference. The bamboo ice yarns was cheaper by $13.48, and it only had 6 fewer yards because I bought extra to even it all up. So that was interesting. The acrylic wool mix, now those are 2 real different yarns, but the ice yarns was cheaper by $1.84 for only 87 yards less. And the organic cotton ice yarns was cheaper by $4.68 for 44 fewer yards. So again, ice yarns was cheaper overall. And here I wrote down a cue card, and I'm going to flash it for you, and I'll take a picture and put it at the end as well. So basically, I'll read it to you right now. In my comparison, I bought from Hobium 9,967 yards. From Ice Yarns, I bought 9,720 yards. Hobium, it was 43 units, and for Ice Yarns, it was 38 units. So this is one of those things where the packaging is different. It would seem that Ice Yarns has more yardage in each package, although there were 7 fewer units. Overall, Hobium cost $125 US, and Ice Yarns was $78 US. The shipping for Hobium was $28, and the shipping for Ice Yarns was $38.95 US. So what's interesting there is when people online talk about Ice Yarns, they always complain about the shipping. And so pretty much for fewer units, it was a $10 difference in shipping US. But not crazy different. And, you know, it seems that people have some issues with the smoke and mirror around the shipping for Ice Yarns, but I don't think that a $10 difference between that and Hobium is really that significant, especially since the total for Hobium overall with the shipping was $153.34, and for Ice Yarns came to $117.86. which is a difference of $46.43. So the shipping difference was only $9. So that here I will put basically is what you can see, hopefully, there. Now the only difference was that I was actually charged Canadian duties on Ice Yarns. The Canadian duty was in Canadian dollars, but I converted it to American just so that we keep it apples to apples, and the duty came out to $33 American. So that changed the price overall. When I looked at the front of the package that came, of course you had the Ice Yarns logo on it. Ice Yarns indicated the total amount, which was the $78.91. It also indicated that it was yarn. In the Hobium package, it had a total dollar amount of $10, and it was a gift. So it went, and also Hobium does not have their name splashed on the front of the package. So it could very well be just a gift packaged in a white plastic. And so there was no, I don't know if Hobium does this all the time or Ice Yarns does that all the time. But that's basically what ended up happening in this case. And I know that some people have said that if they go with regular mail with Ice Yarns, they don't get charged the duties. I went with Express on both accounts, and only Ice Yarns I got charged with duties. So that is the price overall difference and the yardage difference. So when I summarize overall the experience from ordering from both, you know, I want to just say that, you know, again, I said in the first video that I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. This is my opinion. This is my objective review. Obviously, if you choose different types of yarns or you prefer different types of yarns, you're going to get different prices. But I just tried to do 7 different yarns that someone might buy. They're pretty normal type yarns. They're not anything really funky. You know, I know that there are viewers out there that prefer one over the other, and that's fine. You can continue to purchase wherever you want, because I know that like Ice Yarns has some pretty different types of yarns that people really, really like. and so does Hobium, the Kartopu. A lot of people really like it. But I just wanted to do this review for myself and take you through the process with me. So, again, my opinion based on my objective findings. So overall, website. So I've talked about this. The website for Hobium is actually much friendlier than Ice Yarns. It has nicer pictures, easier to read. It's a faster website. I find Ice Yarns can lag. But if you're searching, like both websites have category searches for fiber, weight, color, thickness, popular choices, all those type of things. Now for different types of yarns, Hobium has like over 199 different yarns from what I could tell, and Ice Yarns, I don't even think I could count them all. I mean, they have tons of like 77 different yarn types, and then like a whole bunch underneath, not counting color. In Hobium, you can get gift sets, you can get amigurumi supplies, needles and patterns. With Ice Yarns, it's mostly yarn, although they do have other kind of accessories. They do have needles and accessories. The one difference that I did find was that Ice Yarns had a huge closeout yarn category. So they seem to have a lot of sales and a lot of different yarns on sale. With Hobium, there were only about 30 items compared to 98 closeout yarns with Ice Yarns. The other things I did talk about already were the languages choices and the currency choices. Hobium has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Ice Yarns is a little stricter. You can only return within 7 days, and you have to email them, and they have to agree to it. And then after that, I think you can only exchange or something. But both in customer service, both basically got them at the exact same time. They both do tracking of their packages, and based on their tracking, they left Turkey at the same time, so there was really no difference in that. It was about a week door to door, and it did seem to leave Turkey within 1 or 2 days. The other thing was Hobium, you can buy units, and Ice Yarns you cannot. You have to buy their packages. Generally speaking, their packages are cheaper, so it's not a huge problem, but I think I talked about it before, that if you buy a package and you only need one more ball, you don't have the option of just buying one more skein. You have to buy the whole package. And then you have to add the shipping on top of that, so that could be costly. So shipping, Hobium uses DHL and Ice Yarns uses UPS, which is not a huge difference. So overall, if I were to order online again from one or the other, I think I would, just strictly on cost, choose Ice Yarns. Even though the shipping was $9 more, there was about a $46 savings in generally the same products, and just shy of 200 yards less. Even with the duty, it was $9 less than Hobium. Now, there's all the different categories that would be important to all of you. I hope I've covered most of them on things. Now, there was some discussion online about, someone said they heard that Hobium and Ice Yarns were actually the same company. And I did a little bit of research, and from what I can tell, they are not the same company. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever to have competing companies online from Turkey. But besides that, I checked the Hobium website, and they are called Carbell Group, which is made up of Cartupo, Acker Textile, Ersur Textile, Cybel Textile, Tailored, and Hobium's Chemistry. Their phone number is different, and they're in a different part of Turkey, although they are in Istanbul as well. Ice Yarns actually is part of GSC company, GSC Textile Distik, which I guess is their Turkish name, and they have 3 different companies under them, which is Yarn Paradise, Ice Yarns, and Kuka Yarns. Again, they're in the textile sector in Turkey, different address, different phone number. So I'm not sure how that got started, that they were the same company, but they are not. So what else can I tell you? So, I mean, just from price, I would prefer Ice Yarns. I've checked, like, pretty much, like, you can buy, like I said, the regular worsted weight for both. I think Ice Yarns, I mean, when you look at colors and choices, they both have a huge number of colors and choices. I have to say, you know, in every single category, like in the cashmere silk, Hobium had 9 choices. Ice Yarns only had 3. In the acrylic wool, there was 20 of this jersey. There was 11 of the Lanabella. In the bamboo, it was 15 for Lamia and 14 for ice bamboo. In the acrylic mixes, these ones here, which are exactly the same, you have 7 for Hobium and 13 choices, color choices for Ice Yarns. For the worsted weight, I think is the biggest difference. The Hobium only had 18 colors, and Ice Yarns had 42, and half the price. For the mercerized cotton, that was a big difference, which was, where are we? Mercerized cotton is this one here. I bought the gray. Luxe has 19 colors, and the Camilla has 51 colors. So you can get a lot more colors. And then the organic cotton, Hobium has 100 different colors, and Ice Yarns only has 24. So, you know, give and take, depending on the yarn type, you would get, but I still think there's enough colors in each choice to, you know, to please everyone. So overall, I mean, it really does come down to money, and Ice Yarns is the cheaper yarn, and from what I hear, sometimes you do get charged duties and sometimes you don't. So if I hadn't gotten charged duties, it would have been much cheaper than Hobium for pretty much the same yarn. The other thing, I guess, that I wanted to just briefly talk about is, like, would I order online again? So now I've ordered online through Hirschner's, Mary Maxim's, Yarn Inspiration, Amazon. Oh, that's the other thing. Amazon does sell ice yarns. Their variety isn't great. But the other thing is that Amazon charges you, you can't get Prime on ice yarns, and they charge you in Canada $11.98 for each package. So every time you order a package, they charge you $11.98. So they really do charge you for the shipping on Amazon. So I would suggest that you're better off ordering from Ice Yarns and getting everything at once. So again, I was going to get to was, would I order online again? I'm not crazy about ordering yarn that I've never seen. Even though these cottons and this cashmere, they're really pretty and beautiful colors, they're a little fine for me, and it didn't seem to be that fine online. It looked like it was about a 3, but I'd say these are pretty, even some of them is a 1, not just a 2. So, you know, I like to feel it, look at it, and buy it. And there's, you know, there's pretty unique yarns now. And I mean, now that I've seen some of them, now I know what they look like, which I guess sometimes it's trial and error. But when you order online, you don't get like I guess you will get a 10%, repeat in some cases. You don't know if you're going to be charged duties. Generally, you can't use coupons like you do for Michael's and in the States, Hobby Lobby and Joann's. But and it's a give and take. But I prefer to actually just go shopping and look at the yarn or know what I'm buying, and then using North American stores if possible. So, will I order from Ice Yarns or Hobium again? If there's something in particular that I think is really gorgeous that you can't get anywhere else, possibly. For now, I have more yarn that I know what to do with, of course, and I'm going to have to start actually doing something with all the yarn so that I can show finished projects, which I've had very few of at the moment. So that's my review. I will take a picture of my summary and I will post it at the end just so that you guys can maybe take a little look at it. I don't think you can see the what I've written on some of these. You might have to pause and just take a look. But that is it for now. If you like this kind of video, please let me know down in the comments below. If you don't like these videos, I'd love to hear your comments just as much. If you would like me to do some other comparisons or a similar type of review, please let me know. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming by and watching. If you're new to the channel and you would like to see more of my videos, there's a subscribe button below. If you press it, then you will get notified when I do post a video. So thank you for coming by, and ciao for now.